Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into Facts Not Feeling. And oh my goodness, am I excited. To my right or left or however this ends up going. We're just going to go this way because I'm not sure where Daryl is right now. We have Darryl Terrell with Matt Bower Chevy with me right now. And oh man, I know we've had this conversation a couple times here, but I am so excited to have you on the show. And this is, if it wasn't the amount of people that I've met through Fix Ops Roundtable, Shoutout headings, just incredible human beings is just, it's amazing. And you happen to be one of them. I'm so excited to have him on here today. And if you're thinking to yourself, and I know we have leadership episodes or leadership topics, but if you're sitting to yourself and you're thinking, man, what does a successful leader look like? What do those traits look like? What are those? We've got Michael coming in here and saying, let's go. Yeah, hell yeah. That's right, Michael, let's go. Hell yeah. And you're thinking to yourself, what does it look like? What do those unique traits look like? This is the man right here. This is who you want to be. This is the person you want to be talking to right here. The first time I met him, I was so blown away by him that it was just like, whether you like it or not, you're going to come on my show and you're going to spread your knowledge because you're so damn brilliant. And I need everybody to hear your voice and hear your thoughts. So today we're going to be exploring what it takes to be a leader and an operational success, whether it's looking at what do those traits look like? What does it take to pick out those traits? Maybe, just maybe in our industry, we focus a little too much on management and not on leadership, and where you have looked at to get to that. So we're going to dive all into this. But before we do, I know because this is such a needed topic, there's someone out there that you all know that, hey, they need to be listening to this. They need to hear this message. They need to hear this man and what he has to say. Tag them in this, share this. We're obviously streaming live right now. Next week, this will go out into podcast land and into YouTube land. Tag them in this, share this with them. Get the comments rolling because while as we can talk, we need your feedback too. So let it go. And as always, this is we started this about a couple weeks ago where as you comment, as you share, we're going to pick winners each week and we'll send out some Facts Not Feelings. We've got some more Facts Not Feelings, a little swag here. We got all sorts of mugs and cups and all sorts of doohickeys here. Steve Apicella was our winner last week. So with that, I'm handing the floor over to you. I could sit here and just shower you with praises, but instead of doing that, it's way more beneficial to just to hand the floor over to you, sir. So take it away.
Hey, Brooke, man, thank you for having me on the show, man. It's been a while, man, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be on the same screen as you. Love your energy, love your passion for the industry, and I guess this is where our energy meets each other, man. A passion meets passion. So thanks for having me on. Leadership's a topic that I hold dearly to my heart. It's something that I truly believe is a privilege, and I really ultimately, man, I really just love helping people win. Love building cultures, love building winning cultures. I love just being myself and being able to lead the industry and people to believe in me and follow me. And ultimately, man, I did what the core of leadership with me, it all starts with integrity. Integrity is doing what's right all the time, not just when people's watching. And it's building trust with your team, making sure that your team knowing that you're going to be there all the time. You're going to do what you say you're going to do, holding yourself accountable, holding your teams accountable. And so with leadership, I just really love building people, building teams up, pushing people to the next levels, pushing people past where they believe they could go. And ultimately, the finished product is it's success, and that's what I thrive for, and that's what I strive for.
I love that about that. So I mean, there's so many ways you can take leadership, and I know we've done shows on leadership before. And once I met you, I was just like, man, we can take this so many different ways. And so I know you just touched on what like the key qualities there, and I want to take a little bit. How do you approach leadership in the automotive industry, and in particular, some of the challenges it presents in the industry, working not only in fixed op, but in general, just the challenges in the industry?
First off, man, I love leading by example. If you're going to lead, you have to lead by example. You can't tell somebody to do something and you do something totally opposite. It doesn't work. So, I mean, I think first off, man, you got to lead by example. And I do that, and I display that with my team. Sometimes it's extreme measures. I had one time, I had a service goal to hit $300,000 in gross profit for the month of, I want to say it was like August, and we fell short. But I told my team, I said, hey, look, this is the plan. If we don't hit $300,000 in gross profit, I'll eat a can of dog food. And they thought I was crazy for it, right? I even thought I was crazy because I really thought we was gonna hit 300,000. Like I believed my vision was 300,000. It wasn't eating dog food. Anyway, long story short, I had to go to the grocery store and I picked up a can of dog food and and I opened it up and I had to eat it in front of my team. And the respect I gained from that was remarkable. And what I didn't expect to happen was that another guy on my team, a technician in the shop, grabbed a can from me and took a spoon of it also because he said he's the reason why we didn't hit it also. So
No way.
yeah, that's part of the coaches you got to build, and sometimes you got to go to extreme measures, man, and just spice things up a little bit, keep the energy flowing, and that's just part of some of the crazy things that Darryl Terrell does.
That is phenomenal. Man, that's so crazy. Like, I just think of so many things to unpack there. Before I'm going to bring up Stephen's comment here again. He says, leadership is, well, maybe not. Let's try that one more time. Leadership is earned every day. It's not a title given to yourself. It's inspired by others. And exactly that example you gave and provided there, man, talk about the extreme there of, because we've all been in this situation where the gauntlet's thrown down and then we didn't reach the goal. And then what happens? Well, maybe next month. Well, then, but you said this, so it's more do as I say, not as I do. Well, then
Right.
why? When I know that you would do anything for me and that I am valued, man, I will run through a wall for you, absolute wall through. I will eat dog food for you. Like these are the things we're talking about. And when you know that that the person that is leading you, they will go to war for you, and they'll eat dog food for you. So that is an incredible story, Daryl. I absolutely love that. Love that. So then how, as you talk about the leadership, then how do you do with the mentoring part of it? Because there's a leader part of it, and sometimes you can lead, but that's like, well, then what about the mentoring part of it? So how do you incorporate that?
With the mentoring part of it, you got to be transparent with your people that you're leading. Because at the end of the day, nobody's perfect in this world, and we all make mistakes. And with mentoring, I learn from all my mistakes I make. I have some great mentors in the industry that mentor me, and they tell me the mistakes they've made, and I learn from their mistakes as well. So with mentoring, it's all about being transparent. When somebody on your team, makes a mistake, or you believe you can help them out, you got to be transparent with them. Just let them know. Sometimes it's a tough conversation to have, but I'd rather have that tough conversation than see someone on my team lose. So it's all about mentoring. It's all about, every conversation we have is to get better. And that's my ultimate goal. That's coming from my heart. So, if I'm talking to somebody on my team, it's to make them a better person or make them a better team member. And that's what mentoring is. That's what mentorship is. It's all about finding the ways to get better, coaching, being able to take criticism without taking it personal. And being open to change. In this industry, it's all about change, man. Change happens every single day, and you got to be able to adapt. And if you don't adapt, you get left behind. And Stephen, he said a little earlier in the comments, leadership is earned, it's not given. That's 100% accurate. I truly agree with that. And leadership is something you got to work on every single day. You're building trust with your employees. You're building trust with family. You're building trust with friends. It's something that every single day you have to work on becoming a better leader. You could, when you start off, you could be a level 5 leader, but as you work, you get with mentors, you put the research in, you just work on yourself personally, and you build yourself up. Your leadership goes up, and you keep growing and continue to grow.
I love everything you've just said there. And when you're doing the leadership portion of it, you're talking about the constructive criticism and being able to take it. And something that I find as well is that it's not just, hey, being a mentor, but knowing that, hey, if there's something, because we are human, I am going to screw up. I am human. I'm going to screw up. It happened just yesterday that I'm talking with a client and one of their business partners, and I go, man, and it was just something you and I are talking offline that I haven't slept a lot lately this week. It's just been one of those things. I'm not sleeping a lot. And it's something I would have normally caught. And I caught the first part of it. I was like, and it wasn't until I was in the car later, I go, Brooke, why did you not catch that? And then I'm like beating myself up, but I was like, okay, Brooke, you're human. You just got to, own your mistake and then learn from it. And I knew what I did was, not that I was wrong. I just missed it. But because of that you got to learn from your mistakes. And I'm going to screw up. One of my good friends, he has a saying, I'm going to screw it up here, but more or less, if it's a mistake, but understand, did you learn from it? Because it's only, is it a true, I'll say screw up, and I'm slaughtering his whole saying here, but learning from that's the biggest part right there, is are you learning from it and knowing that your team knows that they are in a safe spot, that they can come to you and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Manager, Mr. and Mrs. Leader, whatever your title, because really titles don't matter, but they can come to you and say, hey, I don't agree with this, and here's why. And they're in a safe spot where they can come to you and tell you that. Because a lot of times that's not the case. They come in and they're like, hey, I don't really agree with that. And here's the way. Oh, get out of my office. Oh, you can't have a voice here. What are we doing here? Like, are you kidding me right now? So I love that you brought that up.
Yes, you definitely got to be able to have tough conversations. And you don't have to you gotta give respect to your employees. Another, example could be is I had a disgruntled employee a few weeks ago. He was talking about quitting in the shop. He didn't want to work anymore. Saying all these things about the company, and I'm like, man, come on, are you really serious right now? All this stuff that we didn't help you get, but I understood, as the leader, you got to have emotional intelligence, and I understood that he was talking out of emotions. He probably didn't mean half the things he said. So I let him cool down, and then I called him in my office, and I allowed him to save his face because I knew what he said. So I said, look, I know you said some things in the shop, and by the time it got back to me, it's probably not what you said. So rather than go through the middleman, I'd rather ask you directly. And he was like, I seen him deflate. Like when I called him in my office, he was tense. And then when I said that, he kind of deflated. We had a conversation, and it was something really, really simple. We got him some work. He was happy after that, and he went back to work. But it's not exactly what you say, but it's how you say it sometimes. And you gotta be mindful of your tone, your body language, all that stuff comes into play when dealing with employees, and not just employees, but people in general.
Oh, yeah. I know that Steve and I have had this conversation. I think it was Steven. I'm going to give you credit for it. I think it was you. And we had this whole conversation about tone. It was Steven. I think it was. I don't know. Let's go with that. And how tone is so important. I mean, even in your emails, like, because emails are black and white words, you send that and you're like, that's not at all what I meant. Like every one of my clients, they get a video. Every single one of them. I'll put some bullet points, and any of my clients that are watching right now, they know they get a video recap of every single thing, because I do not want the words to come across as something else. Like, oh, well, why did she say that? I'm like, well, no, that's why you're going to get that. That can be misconstrued so quickly. The same things, we've all got text messages. You're like, what the hell did you mean by that? Like, why'd you say that? Well, you got to take tone out of your communication and take a breath before you send, because you may not mean it that way, but that is how it's being perceived on the other end. And like you said, the telephone game, man, that gets thrown around. By the time it gets to you, it's been passed by 17 different people. And you're like, well, what's the real problem? Go to the source. So, oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So let's go to, how do you lead and achieve operational success and still be able to foster creativity and innovation with everything that's changing so quickly?
So I do know, like I said, it's the world is ever changing. It never stops changing, and I'm aware of that. So like I remember a while back, man, probably like 10, 15 years ago, when the service drive first started using tablets. They stopped using the write-up ROs. They stopped handwriting write-up tickets, and we had a lot of pushback from the advisors. They like, no, this is the worst thing in the world. Oh my God, I'd rather write it up. And now I can't imagine writing a car up without a tablet. Like I can't even imagine. We take pictures of the car when you check in, and some dealerships even more advanced than that. Some dealerships you drive through the drive and it checks the car in for you automatically. So you just gotta, the world is always changing. You just gotta be up to date on the changes. and be open to them. Because if you're not open to them, you'll still be hand ragging on roads 15 years ago.
Oh man, I love it. I'm gonna take a break here for a hot second. We've got some great comments going in here. We've got Robert saying that's wisdom, not reacting in the heat of the moment, but responding with a listening ear and care. Robert, I cannot stress enough yes. Listening with the intent to understand versus I'm going to listen to think of my next response of how I can rebuttal what you just said. So yes, 100%. We've got Larry coming in here saying hello, hi, Brooke and Daryl. We've got Michelle coming in saying, hi, friends. Well, hello to you, Michelle. Good to see you. We got Russell. I'm going to do that in order here. Russell, you are coming in hot here. Thank you so much for all the comments. I'm going to say main man. We're going to say main man. I'm going to alter this a little bit here. Shout outs. We've got Russell again coming in here. Russell is leading the pack here right now. Russell might be getting some facts, not feeling swag in here is what I'm thinking. What he's going for.
Good job, live brother, Russell Hill. That's my brother.
What a great servant leader. Yes, very much so. Hello to Kaylee, Robert, Michael, Russ, Stephen. Great to see you all. Yes, it very much is. We've got Stephen, as we said before, leadership is earned every day. It's not a title given to yourself. It is inspired by others. And then Russ, man, it's going to be great knowledge drop coming. And of course, Michael up here before is let's go. And then so Don Brady. So I had to ask Don because I always see Don having the sunglasses and emoji. And I saw the palm tree. I was like, hey, did you move to, are you in Florida? And he said, no. Every time that someone ships a car with him, he plants a tree. So that is why he has the new emoji here. I had no idea. And so we had got this little conversation. So when you see the little emoji now, that's why he has the tree there, which is kind of cool. So thank you everyone for the comments rolling in here, and absolutely love all the content coming here. And
thank you guys for the comments, and ladies, thank you.
Freaking, it's awesome here. Awesome. So what are some of the challenge here with, I'll say cross-functional team leadership? I mean, we know that we have a lot of time to house divided between, we'll say, fixed ops and sales. So how are you able to bridge that, and what challenges comes with that?
So ultimately, it's all about retaining the customer. So everybody gotta have a common goal, and it's about retaining the customer. So on a sales side, they're about selling a new car, and then when you get to the service side, we're about retaining the customer, giving that customer the best service possible, to keep them coming back, to keep them happy, to keep them within the dealership, to keep them with the same brand, the same manufacturer. So I mean, all my service guys, from the service advisors to the technicians to the cashiers to my porters, we all understand that we're on stage for this for our customers, and we got to give them the best service possible to keep them coming back. Even as far as like parts, we need to get these parts as fast as possible. Technicians, cars in and out as fast as possible, and if you give your customers top tier service, great customer service, get their cars in the back and in and out in a speedy manner, then you could push them over to retain them to sell them another car. And then the circle, it keeps going around in circles and circles. And then they tell friends, and then the friends tell their friends, and that's how business works, and that's how the word is spread, and that's how you retain customers, and that's how you build customers.
Wait, you're saying a good experience in the service department retains customers? Repeat referral business? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes. Absolutely.
You're saying it in the words of Steve that we're connecting the disconnected and keeping them happy, and then they come back and buy a car, and then you keep them happy, and it's a funny concept how that works sometimes.
Right. Yeah, you definitely got to retain them in service, and I've been in dealerships, early in my career where we struggled with the service department. Now we're extremely successful, and once again, it goes back to leadership, building your people, being staffed up, teaching them the process, and then holding them accountable. But if you don't have the people, you can't help the customers. If you don't feed into your people, then your people won't feed into the customers. So it all boils down to leadership, being staffed up, and just every day working to get better,
And going on to that, taking it one step further, it's people, process, product. And there's a lot of products out there right now, as we both know. And some of them are that red shiny object where it's the newest and greatest thing, but it's just they're trying to sell you something that's not really going to fix anything. It's just a red shiny object. So how do you ensure that your team and yourself are up to date on the latest technologies out there and the trends in automotive industry, and then to encourage that learning and development?
So I get on every single Sunday on it's a conference call, Service Drive Live, where some of the best, not some of the best, but the best guys in the industry. We have the best fixed op directors, best service advisors, best consultants, and we get on every single Sunday, and we talk about the latest and greatest things in the industry, challenges we're facing, new technologies. We discuss all various different topics, and that's one of the key ways that I stay up to date with things in the industry. Also, LinkedIn is a great tool as well. And I've been at the NADA convention one time. I want to go back, and I will go back. I missed it this year, but the NADA convention is another great way. Great for networking. Great for looking at the greatest and latest technologies. And you can even do the you can even view them, view how the technology works. So I think that's a great tool, great resource.
And you have Russell agreeing with you on the Service Drive Live, and Robert saying as well, together we win, no other way. Yes, amen to that one. Amen to that one. And it's true. Like it's finding what is best for you, and then inspecting what you expect out of whatever it may be, whether it's your people, process, and product, and ensuring that everyone is talking and working together with that. And I love everything about that. And if you've been living under a rock for the last little bit, you're obviously on all the fixed ops round table as well. And so having that and seeing from there and learning from there and expanding your reach to say, okay, I saw this new product over here. Now, was that NADA? It's brand new, but maybe I need to go on to Service Drive Live and say, hey, right, has anybody else heard of this? Is it really great? Is it really going to last the sun, the moon, the stars? Or is that just what they're telling everybody? So having that network to then reach out and bounce those ideas off of everyone. So I absolutely love that. Love it. Love it. All right. So there's a lot of unknown right now. There's a lot of stores that are maybe having some issue with text. So how do you manage that uncertainty and the change, and what strategies do you use to help motivate your team and keep them engaged?
Yeah, I control what I can control. There's so many variables, and people waste a lot of time and energy on things they can't control. So I control the things that I can control. One of the things I can control is staffing, making sure we're staffed and updated to help customers out. Accountability, holding my guys accountable, making sure they're doing the right thing, holding myself accountable, making sure I'm doing the best I could do to help my team out. It's so many different. The world is changing every single day, and I love it because it brings new challenges. And I'm a real competitive person, so I like to be challenged. And I think whenever you're going through a challenge or whatever you're going through, it doesn't last forever. So that's one thing to remember, and that's one thing I tell my team, is that we're going through a struggle period. It's not gonna last forever. We're gonna find a way to get out of it. I'm a winner. At the end of the day, I'm gonna find a way to win. And if you're on my team and we're playing together, we're gonna find a way to win. So that's how I get through challenges, and that's how I get through different challenges in the world coming up today.
And anyone that knows me knows that I'm a massive sports buff. And so as you bring up whether you're in the highest of highs and on the winning streak forever, obviously I'm a diehard Michael Jordan fan, as anyone knows. You had the glory years, the Bulls, but if you didn't know beforehand, the Bulls were atrocious beforehand. They were horrible. They were so bad. That's not going to last forever. And so then the Bulls were good, and then they were really, really bad again. So it doesn't matter where you are in your life. Know that just keep breathing in and out, man. It's not to get too deep into that, but just know that wherever you are in your life, whether it's personal or business related, just keep breathing. The highs and the lows, that they will level out. So I love that you say that. I absolutely love that. And we've got Russell here saying that technology is a great way to accelerate momentum, not necessarily create momentum. Man, Russell, let's just create a quote book out of that, dude. That was dang.
A guru.
Wow, I have not heard that one. That's very nice.
Full of wisdom.
Yeah, man, it's like a little Buddha. Very nice. Very, very nice there. We got Jamie coming in here saying hello to both of us here, and then Russell saying hello back to Jamie. So full circle. Jamie, good to see you on here. It's good to see you on here. Since 2020, we've seen a lot of virtual teams, Do you deal with that right now with your teams at all? Do you have, are any of your teams virtual?
No, currently we don't have any virtual teams, but
Okay.
I do get on a lot of conference calls. Once again with my brothers, Service Drive Live every single Sunday. These guys, I mean, I learned so much from these guys in the industry. So much, man. Like I don't even know where I would be without them. It's every Sunday Service Drive Live, man. From guys like Michael Barrett, Joe Chambers, the Eric Jarries, Russell Hill. He's another one of my brothers. Robert Sebastians. These guys right here, man. Like they like in my career, they literally helped me take my career to the next level with mentorship, just talking experiences, teaching me things they've been through, me sharing things I've been through with them. It's a brotherly network, man, and it's all virtual. So that's the only experience I have virtually as far as leadership. That's the only experience I have virtually, and I love it. I won't miss it.
So with your customers, and this is not a question I had on here, so we're going off the cuff here a little bit, but with your customers, do you do any type of video chatting with your customers at all to show them the vehicle?
No, currently we don't.
You don't, okay. And then do you use video at all with your customers? Like I'll say when I say video, like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, your brake pads look like this. They need to look like this.
Yeah, currently we don't have any video. We do have pictures, but we don't use video currently.
Okay, cool. So there's a lot that we covered here, and someone's like, hey, I'm loving all this. I've got a manager right now that's just not really big on leadership. What's some pointers you would give them?
Oh man, it's so it's so many pointers. I say find yourself a mentor. First, find yourself a mentor. Somebody to coach you. Somebody to. So I'll give you guys a story. Me myself, probably about 3-4 years ago, I was a new manager. Well, probably all right, a little longer than that. Probably about 5 years ago, I was a new manager, and I thought I knew it all. I thought I knew what it took to be a great manager. You know, I was really successful as a technician. I was really successful on a football field. I mean, anything I did, I was successful at. So being a manager, I thought I was successful. And I had this guy come around, and he talked so much trash to me. And it's funny, you're a Michael Jordan fan. He's a huge Michael Jordan fan. He talked so much trash, and he humbled me as a manager. And then he picked me up and he mentored me. He brought me to my first NADA event. You know, we talk almost, you know, we was talking on a weekly basis, and you know, he's asked me numbers, and we were talking numbers, and it's just amazing, man. You know, how people meet, and we never met each other face to face for about the first 3 or 4 years. And I finally met him for the first time at the NADA convention, and that's I call him my brother now, Michael Barrett. He literally showed me the ropes. Brooke, if I can explain to you, he took me by my collar, and like yoked me up and said, "Listen, I'm gonna show you how to run a dealership." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna learn." I took my pad out and I learned. So if I could tell any young manager, give them any kind of advice, is to grab a mentor. Grab somebody to teach you the ropes. It will save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of frustration, and it'll help you out ultimately to become a better manager.
Man, we've got comments rolling in off that story, just off that one. we got to go back here a little bit. So we've got, I'm going to come up. I know I'm trying to throw up here as quickly as I can here. I'm loving all these comments up here. So after the Russell Hill comment, he came back to say, I'm not a guru, I stole it. I'm going to say you creatively borrowed it. Let's go with that. We creatively borrowed it.
I love Russell.
And he's got TGIF. After that, we've got coming back with Indeed, Jamie, you're awesome. Coming back with Michael is winning is important. Coming back with Jamie, video is a great way to enhance service process. Yes, 100% it is. Yes, yes, yes. And then Russell back with, yes, you do with your service offers. LOL. Come back to you. And yes, what Jamie said, going back to the video comment. And then Robert is coming to Sebastian saying the right tech with the right team can keep the big mo. I love that you had like for those that don't know what Mo is, I love that you put in parentheses like Mo equals momentum. Like, yes, but thank you for clarifying. Growing even bigger. Then Michael Barrich has got a lot of laughing emojis here, and I think that's at that point is like you grabbing him by the collar, and then I'm not sure it was this grabbing the collar, but Jamie goes throat punch then hug. So
Exactly what it was.
and then MFT. I've got a few things running through my head, but I may have to. I'm not up on my acronyms on that one, so I've got a couple of things going through my head though on that one. And then we've got Russell going the TT in the house. We've got now Russell going. I'm keeping it clean. Okay, first off, Russell, you might not know me at this point. I have a sailor's mouth like no other. The only time that like the F-bombs don't get dropped is usually when I'm around my nieces and nephews. So you're good. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And that's also why this show is sponsored by my own company, is that I can say whatever the heck I want to say. So whatever the hell I want to say. There we go. We've got Robert also saying, what a great mentor, talks to great leaders, listeners, shut up and listen. Yes. And then Russell saying, I'm loving it. This is just awesome comments coming here. I absolutely love it. So you talked about mentors. Your mentor it comes back to Michael. Is that correct? That's who is showing you the ropes. That's been your mentor. That's who you've learned. Am I hearing it correctly?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael actually he showed me the ropes, and he introduced me to a lot of people, built a lot of relationships and friendships, and he still mentors me to this day. He's still one of the guys I look up to. If I have any questions fixed op wise, he'll be it's a phone call away. A text message away, a phone call away.
And we just got what the MFT was, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. See, now Robert knows me well enough to know my language there, so thank you for that, Robert. Appreciate that. He's like, I know Brooke words. We're good. It's so true. Like I look back at my journey into before auto, I was in the medical field, and even though before medical, I've always loved cars. Once I got in the medical, actually into the automotive industry, and I've had so many people that are just like helped me so much. And even before getting on this, going live with you, I've got like 4 or 5 people I text. I was like, hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z, and I just need, it's just whether it's a mentor or the sounding board where I am going to literally rip out my hair if I just need that person. So just make sure you have your tribe, that you've got those people that to whom you can reach out and just say, hey, I need help with this. And it was a couple weeks ago, we had talked about, I can't remember who it was, but we said, if you're paying for a mentor, also be really leery of that, because that can lead to other things that maybe they're just there for the long game where they're going to keep doing it. Just be careful. Just make sure that you surround yourself with really, really good people that are there for your best interests. Russell saying most of us actually, Michael Barrich that is. And Jamie, I've seen your super para. Oh yeah. Very, very, very humble. Very, very humble. Russell, meaning he is a great mentor to many of us. Love you, Michael. Man, Michael's getting a lot of love here. A lot of love. I need Michael. We got to connect here. I've got to meet this infamous, now famous Michael. Man, loving it. Michael also saying it's not about the mentor, it's about the student. Darrell has an I can't even say the word appetite for growth and knowledge. Well, yeah, that is 100% true. 100% true. So to put a bow on all this, we've talked about a lot. Of all we've talked about, what would be like, I'd say 1 or 2 takeaways from everything we've talked about to the audience, to those looking to either be a better leader, just to put a bow on this?
I say just be able to relate to your employees, whatever group of people you're leading, be able to relate to them. Make it that it's easy for them to come to you and talk to you and be, talk to you about any kind of issues they have going on and be vulnerable with you. And then being, like you gotta have listening ears. Robert Sebastian said it not too long ago in the comments, you gotta be able to have listening ears and listening to understand instead of listening to respond. And once you listen to understand, it's a different language. It's a lot more clarity. You can actually understand, and then you can actually fix the problem. If you're listening to respond and you're not really listening and you're just responding. So just be open to your people. Be at the end of the day, look, it's all about winning. So if you're truly passionate about winning and your main goal is to win, no matter what you do, all the values add up together, and you're there to help them win. So just be able to listen to them, be able to help them, and then give them the best advice to help them be successful and to help them win.
I couldn't say it any better myself. So let's go with that, man. I really could not say it any better myself. I go back to, and I know that I kind of got a little sentimental on you earlier this week. So I'm going to embarrass you just a little bit here. I've known you for a little bit here, and I'm scrolling through and getting all the stuff together, and I went to your Facebook page and I saw a picture of your family. And this doesn't happen too often. Like I literally got stopped. I'm like hitting my mic right now, but I got stopped like in my tracks of the photo of your family. And it's just like, I don't know how else to explain this. And I know it's a very lengthy text I sent you, but as all these comments roll in here, you all can see what the impact that he has on everyone is. He's an incredible human being. It's not, yes, he's a great leader. Yes, he does phenomenal at his job. Yes, he's a great business person. Yes, all of those accolades that we've just said and everything he's just said. Taking it a step further, this human being right here is absolutely amazing. And when I got stopped by that photo, like the eyes are the window into someone's soul. And like I got stopped so much by that photo, I was just like, oh my gosh, like. And I know this is not what the show is. It's not the feelings portion of it. I just want to say that, like, man, I'm just so honored that we met and I could have you on the show and you can spread this wisdom to other people, because you as a human, I think actually supersedes all your other qualities, because it's all encompassing, but I just cannot thank you enough for being on the show. Because
I really appreciate you having me on the show. I really, really appreciate it. Those words are heartfelt. I really appreciate you, Brooke. Thank you so much.
Right. Yeah. Pleasure's all mine. So with that, we'll transition a little bit here and get off that ooey gooey stuff, because that's not can't having that stuff going on here. But with that, we are going to jump into the lightning round here. So with that, first and foremost, the most important thing here is how can everyone, I know up here, if you're watching, we've got Daryl's personalized link here where you can find Daryl. But Daryl, for those that are listening, how can they get in touch with you? How can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook, or you can find me on Instagram, or you can find me on my LinkedIn account. I'm really responsive to any kind of messages, DM messages. So just look me up and I'll respond back.
Okay, that's pretty simple, and really he's everywhere. So you'll find him about anywhere. But yes, like I said, if you're watching, this link is up there, and I will also put it into the chat here, and you can have it up there. And then we're going to jump into the other wonderful, wonderful questions. But for those that are not watching, you'll have it there in a second here. So it's into the chat here as well. The next question, and actually before we go any further, we've got, I do want to bring up Russell's saying that is you. Everything was said. So yes, not that I need to repeat that, but that is 100% you. So let's go back up into here. Is the first question is, what's your favorite thing to do outside of work? Your favorite hobby when you got a free moment?
I love to read. Actually, two things. I love reading and I love working out. I love to read. I love, just picking up a paper book and just reading through the book. And I love leadership books. I love personal development books. Anything to make me better as a person. I love to read.
So I gotta have a follow-up question then. Do you have a favorite book?
It's so many of them, but a really, really good book is Winning by Tim Grover.
That's a great one. I actually have that on. That's on my audio book list right now on Audible. So that's on my next one. Okay, what is your favorite vacation spot?
I would say somewhere in the Caribbean. Just sand, blue water, no worries in the world, no work. Just me and my family and the beaches.
I love it. All right, show's called Facts Not Feelings. So whether it's in personal life or in business life, what are you doing, or what do you constantly have to do to distinguish facts from feelings?
I believe take your emotions out of it. Just be able to be emotionally intelligent, because once your emotions get involved and you can't control your emotions, sometimes you sound crazy. So just keep your emotions out of it, and that's how you can distinguish your facts and your feelings.
Oh man, yes. Take a breath, please. All right. What do you love most? What do you love most about this industry?
Just helping people. It gives. I mean, this industry. I joined it a long time ago, and it's given me the ability to help lead people, help give people opportunities that they never had in their life. And I love seeing people, do good and succeed. So I use this industry as a vessel, as a tool, to help me help other people.
Okay, we're gonna go off script a little. I'm being asked if you'll tell the story about the second place trophy.
Oh Lord.
Lord have mercy.
um, I got the package in the mail, and I was kind of excited at first because I got you get a random package. Your anxiety, like, where did this come from? What's this? So I'm opening this package up, and I see a trophy, so I'm like, oh, I won something great, and it's a big trophy too. It's probably about 24 inches tall, about probably about 8 inches wide. So this is a pretty big trophy. So I'm taking it out of the box. I'm like, I don't remember winning anything in particular, but hey, I must have won something. And so I'm reading the trophy, and sure enough, it said second place. And my mentor Michael Barrett sent it to me in the mail. A surprise delivery.
Like, thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
Back in my desk, it's my motivating factor. They call him. It's kind of funny because you say you're a Michael Jordan fan. We call him Michael Jordan, and they call me the Kobe Bryant in the industry. So that's the kind of relationship we have.
Sounds about right. Okay, makes sense. That sounds about right. Love it. Okay. Man, I'm liking that second place trophy though, man. That is 100% gonna if you're in the car industry, you're usually quite competitive, but I love that.
One day that trophy will be sent back to him. It's coming back, Mike.
You're like, I'm gonna cut it in half first and then send it back. So I love it. All right. What would be advice you'd give your younger self?
I would say I wish that I would have started younger. When I first started as a technician, I wanted to become a manager, and I listened to a lot of the naysayers saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. But I wish I would have started sooner. Ultimately, I didn't listen to them, and I became a manager, I became a fixed op director. But if I would just started sooner, I think I would have been a lot further where I'm at now. So I think my advice to my younger self would be to start sooner.
I love it, man. I love it. All right. What is your favorite car?
The Nissan GTR.
Okay. Got to know what color.
Black on black.
No, it's so pretty, man. It's so pretty. Oh, so pretty. All right. You read a lot. You're one of your favorite pastimes. Do you have a favorite quote?
Favorite quote? Man, I have so many quotes. So many quotes in my head. Man.
Or one of your favorite?
One of my favorite quotes. I don't know why my mind is like drawing a blank, and I have quotes right off the top of my head.
You're like, thanks, Brooke. Way to put me on the spot.
One of my favorite quotes is everybody want to win, but everybody's not willing to put the price in, put the work in to win.
Yep, that is so true. So true. We got AJ coming in saying that you are the man. And I would say, hell yeah to that. Yeah, he actually is. 100% he is. Man, it has been such a pleasure having you on the show. I so appreciate everything that you do, everything that you continue to do, the positive attitude that you just always seem to have. It's just such a breath of fresh air, everything that just you in general. And I know that everyone on this is viewing this now and later will agree with me. It's not that you need to agree with me. It's just, that's the fact. I mean, let's be honest. So just appreciate for you being on the show. So thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. And thank you so much. And thank everybody that participated in the chat. And thank you for everybody viewing it. Appreciate all you guys.
Yes, very much so. And with that, everyone, we'll close it up here. And as always, everyone, find a way to serve today. Find a way to help somebody. Doesn't matter if it's opening a door for someone. It doesn't matter if it's a kind smile or something very, very grand. It can be very, very small. And with today's episode, just be a better leader. There's something small. If it's something that's new to you, it's new and foreign to you, I've got a lot of great takeaways from this. So there is someone that you know that needs to see this episode. So share it with them, tag it with them, spread this out to them, because this is a great episode that I know that a lot of people need to hear this. And your man right here is just put the gauntlet down and dropped it on him. So with that, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend. We'll see everyone. All right. Bye-bye.